Welcome around the Workstand. I am joined today by Julie Walsh. Julie is an account manager and marketing strategist in our marketing agency. Good morning, Julie. How are you?
Hey, Mark. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well, but I am a bit taken aback or shocked or whatever that in 2025, we are at the point in the year where we're about to talk about holiday marketing. Can you believe that?
I know. Right now here in Boulder, it feels like the very beginning of fall, but the truth
It
is
does.
it's important to start talking about holiday now. It feels really early and it is a little bit of a shock, but this is the time because by the time the holidays actually roll around, we'll all be really, really busy with X, Y, and Z
Yes.
plus. So, time
So
to
let's get the planning. Also, not just the plan ahead of time, but it seems like in retail in general, this holiday season we talk about starts earlier and earlier every year. So as we record this, it's late September, and it's time to do that stuff. So you have written an outstanding blog piece that is there at workstand.com under the blog section that outlines a lot of details with a lot of deeper information, links that are in that blog post to really help people get their head around how to successfully market for the holiday season. We're going to review some of those steps, but I certainly encourage everybody to get all of the detail by going and reading the blog. I'll put a link to that in the show notes when we're done. So once you are enthralled by the conversation we're about to have, you'll have more resources there to go check out. And of course, as always, you can reach out to me or Julie, and we'll help you get started with your holiday marketing. And with that, what's the first thing we need to be paying attention to when we start talking about holiday marketing?
Well, the first thing I think is the most important is how do your customers shop? Is it easy for them? Is it nice and seamless? Is it a pleasant experience? So something I recommend to merchants is go on your website and pretend to be a customer. Actually put yourself in their shoes and try to remove yourself from the lens of bike shop employee, bike shop owner. Pretend you want to buy a bike for somebody for the holidays. Is it an easy shopping experience? Do you know exactly where you can find different things? Is it curated like a gift guide? And if it's not, it might be worth reorienting things. And we have a couple options for that kind of thing. But first things first is the basics. Can people make a purchase on your website cleanly, efficiently, and is it nice to look at? I think those are important boxes to tick.
And it's hard. It's hard as the business owner or the manager or the employee in the store who looks at these things all day long that experiences the shopping experience from the other side, not necessarily the consumer side. It's really hard to do that. So I think first do what you said, try and put yourself in the consumer's point of view, but also reach out to your friends and family and the customers that you know. Ask them to do the same thing. Take a look at this site. Hopefully you'll be shopping with me this season. If you are, do you find it easy to find these things? If you're shopping for a bike, is it easy to find the accessories that you want and the add-ons that go to make cycling more fun? If it's not, this is the time to make those changes. It's not too late to rearrange the homepage to make it more shoppable, to put more opportunities in place on that homepage to get somebody deeper into the catalog to really shop. And remember, it's not just about shopping online. This is how a lot of consumers are going to decide to come to your store this season to do their shopping. So make sure it's really like you would in the store. You know, are the shelves pointed up right? Are all the inventory stacked neatly? Is it the right amount of stuff on the hook? Think about it like you would in the store and make sure it's shoppable and easy for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you find going through this experience that things look good, that's great.
Yep.
There's holiday content you can put on to round that experience out. But if things feel a little clunky or you have feedback that it isn't so straightforward, we have great options for that, like our homepage takeover. It is a seasonal takeover. So for 3 months and even into the new year, your entire website is transformed into holiday curated content. And that includes nice and easy layouts so people can find those links, get into the catalog where you want them to go, and make purchases on your website.
Yeah, that bled us right into the second tip, which is make shopping easy. So don't think that, you have to spend hours and hours retooling the homepage now to make it holiday shopping friendly and then go back in January and put it back. We've got these projects where we can really help do that. And the system, our system is, I don't know that any other platform does this, but in our system, the homepage is simply a page that we've told the system is the homepage, which means we can easily make this takeover idea, the homepage, for a little bit of time during the holiday season and then easily put it back the way it was. Often, though, it ends up being a much better shopping experience because we've helped think about how people shop, which is what they do all the time. So sometimes those holiday takeovers just end up being the homepage. Maybe we take away some of the snowy pictures and the holiday theme, but that process of make it easy. Look at your website. Let's recap the steps. Look at your website and the way a consumer would. Make it easy for them to shop. Those are not just good tips for holiday. That's good tips for general website maintenance.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you got those two things done, when you've thought about what the site's going to look like and how you're going to guide people to help them shop in the holiday and make you the place, the destination they want to be to shop, what's next? I mean, we talk a lot about Google and Google Ads and feeding inventory to Google. Is that the next step?
Yeah, so you have this shiny, pretty website with a seamless shopping experience. The next step is to get people on the website. And the easiest way to do that, in my experience, is implementing a Google local shopping feed. And that's something we have seen so much success with. When you go on Google and search something like bike near me, pick up today, that's where these appear. So having that feed set up is the number one way to get people to see your inventory online, right at the top of the Google search, which we all use, and get them in the door. We have other options for Google as well, like national shopping campaigns. But as far as holiday, I think we like to focus locally because that's just how a lot of people think. And setting up the Google local shopping feed and adding ads on top of that, that's how you're going to get people in the door. They'll get to your website, see all of the inventory that you have, and either drive or bike over to your shop to do their holiday shopping.
Yeah, there's a few steps to that too. I think, we hear a lot about SEO, search engine optimization. That's the part that you get good results because you did a good job with the website. And that's part of what we were talking about before. But beyond that, because it's a bit of a contact sport, is being able to share that inventory directly with Google is just critically important. And so the website knows how to do that. It's easy on the website side. Complicated part is setting it up on the Google side. So we can help with that. We've got a project where we can handle that for you. That gives Google that data. And then when you're ready for paid ads, that section at the very top of a search page, you got to pay Google to get there. Then we're ready to help with that. But I think those steps matter. SEO, good website organization, making it easy. That's just the price of entry. And then the next step is getting Google that direct inventory so they can use that. They have a free shopping program. They don't even charge for the shopping program part. We will charge you to set the feed up on the Google side, but once that's done, Google will use that everywhere. And then the final step is go ahead and step up, especially this time of year. Pay for those shopping campaigns, those paid ads to be in the prime location.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think amping it up with paid ads can be so helpful because it's competitive during holiday. You want to be the best option for people. And so getting yourself front and center on those nice product ads you see at the top of Google is so crucial.
Yeah. And I know you spend a lot of time because you are deeply involved in all of this content we talk about, the production of it, the strategy around it. And the paid ads piece really benefits. Product ads go directly to products, but a lot of times we're doing non-product ads, and just having good content on the site's important. So things like, maybe it's not just the homepage. There's also gift guides. There's also other important, specific type of content on the site. That's still important, right? To have interesting content on the site, both for the organic search and to point ads to.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned SEO earlier. That is one of the many pieces of the puzzle of winning e-commerce, especially in holiday. So having specific landing pages like a curated cycling gift guide, or say you're having a Cyber Week sale, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, having a place to point people, whether it's just on your website, through Google, through your socials, getting people to that specific page with quality content that's SEO rich. And what that means is high quality information, a strong meta description, and having uniformity across platforms. So if your website has a gift guide, we want Google to indicate that as well. And maybe you post on Facebook and Instagram with that same content. So rounding out the ecosystem, as it were, of your content is really important for getting people to feel comfortable shopping with your business, because I think there's a draw to consistency. And in the broader picture of what is Google looking for? It's quality information and content on a website. So even if you're paying for ads, having strong website landing pages, as Google crawls your website, it will draw more traffic overall.
So you agree? I say this a lot to clients. It sounds like you would agree. If there's a category or a service you care about for your business, you should have good landing page content for that.
Absolutely. And I think I have that conversation a lot too. Say you have a really engaged and high quality, full suspension bike service. You should talk about that. Get into the details. Talk about the people that work in that side of the business and the results people have had. All of that information is so helpful for customer shopping as well as search engines as they crawl your site. So I always recommend, if there is something special or just important about your business that you want people to know more about, spend time with that or let us do it. I've written a lot of different pages that specify this high quality service program or bike fitting, but getting that information on your site, easily digestible, but also SEO rich, really, really important.
Yeah. It helps the consumer and that helps them behave more effectively on the website, and search engines can see that too. They know you're doing the work. The search engine sees that, but it also sees the behavior of users, and this just really encourages that proactive and happy behavior that says to a search engine, this must have been good. They spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, it's a positive feedback loop, definitely. And all it takes is starting and then seeing where traffic goes and building on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you kind of talked about the next step, which is trying to stay top of mind on all the channels. You mentioned that a minute ago, but take a minute and talk about that, because I know for years we used to talk about things like your hours of operation and the way your name is spelled. It needs to be consistent across the website and Google and Facebook and Instagram and all the other ones. But in general, that becomes really important just from the standpoint of feeling professional, because we're not just competing for bike shop customers. Bike shop customers these days are also electronics customers and clothing customers, and that's the experience they're getting on these big retail sites, and we can help them provide that same professional experience on their Workstand site, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think going back to the first step, which is observe your customer journey, doing that on all channels. So checking your socials, checking your website, checking emails you've sent out. If all of that content looks and feels and sounds consistent, your customers are going to have a better shopping experience. And so sometimes what that looks like is having a graphic that matches the hero on your website. It also means that in the communications you send out, like marketing emails or mailers, keeping that branding, your branding, as well as whatever it is you're focusing on, consistent. And we'll take a holiday sale as an example. If that's on the website, maybe Google's talking about that, you're posting it on your socials, giving that extra touch of aligning your emails and even a postcard or a mailer to match that really feels like a well-rounded brand experience, which is something I think we all look for. If I see two different logos for a business I'm shopping with, that can be a little confusing to me.
Yeah.
I think having things be seamless and obvious, it's like repetition is how you build a habit, right? If you're repeating this seamless brand experience to people on different channels, they're more likely to remember you and more likely to enjoy the brand experience, as it were.
Yeah, that's so true, and it does take time, but it's not difficult, and I think that's important to note. And we've talked about a lot of things, and you may be sitting here listening to this thinking, I don't have time for all that. Well, first of all, it's worth the time. But second, a lot of this stuff's really important, but it isn't important that the business owner does it. So we can absolutely help with all of this stuff. And because none of it that we've talked about so far is really a set and forget kind of operation. It really does take ongoing attention and guiding it through and making sure it's being updated as the holidays progress and gifts under $50 available right now at a local store becomes more and more important. You have to pay attention to these things. But don't fret. We actually have, and I love telling people this, we actually do have a set and forget tool within our tool set. Tell us about the automated email campaigns that really can be set and forget.
Workstand IQ. It's just so nice. What Workstand IQ is an automated email platform that is linked with your point of sale, so Lightspeed or Ascend, that we set it up in such a way that if a customer makes a purchase, they then go on an email journey. So say they buy a new bike. We have an email campaign called the New Bike Campaign. You bought your new bike. Thank you so much for shopping with us. Is there anything else you needed? Helmets? Maybe that's the day after they buy their bike. Maybe a month later, it's how's your new bike feel? Do you need a fitting? We'd love to check in with you. These are set up so that they trigger when someone makes a purchase and you don't have to touch them. They run all on their own with, certain parameters that you put in place initially and generate business without you having to lift a finger. They are fantastic. And even better, you can set them up on your own, but we can set you up with campaigns of your own that are customized and tailored to your shop with your branding. Very important. And you really don't have to think about them. So it's less holiday oriented. I suppose you could do something with that, but the real point of Workstand IQ is to generate business on your behalf and customer engagement with little to no intervention ever.
Yeah. And I think the way it really ties into holiday is this typically for a lot of stores will be one of the higher sales periods of the year. June and July is always a big time of year, but so is October, November, and December. What's the best way to capitalize on that is to make sure that those customers feel like you're paying attention to them as we get into the next year. And so being able to reach out for things like, hey, you bought your bike, the example you gave. And the program is not, it's not nothing. It's $49 a month per location. But it comes with two campaigns. It comes with a reasonably simple new bike buyers campaign and a service campaign. And it just automatically sees these transactions happen in your point of sale. It sends those emails without you doing anything. The consumer most likely to shop with you are the ones that already have. And this is a way to really stay top of mind with those and take advantage of these consumers while you're super busy. You may be so busy, hopefully you're so busy in this holiday season, you don't even remember some of the people that shopped with you, but it will. And it will make sure they remember you. And it's really powerful. And like you said, we can build, the user can build as many campaigns as they like. We can build custom campaigns, and we have some wonderful pre-built campaigns that we will make sure align with your branding and get them in place really quick. And there's even, let's have a promo. I love promos. You know my old saying, once a promo, always a promo. So, mention that you heard about Workstand IQ on the holiday marketing podcast with us. And how about a 3-month free trial of Workstand IQ, no matter how many locations you have? We'll make that happen.
Talk about seamless. I mean, free and you don't have to think about it and you're earning customer loyalty. Jeez.
Yeah. How about that?
Pretty great.
Awesome. Now, the last step is one, again, we've talked, these overlap a bit, but let us help. We always, on this podcast and every episode, we talk about a couple of things over and over again. One of them is you can always do this work yourself. The Workstand platform is built to be self-serve. It's built so that everybody can set up and maintain and manage their own website. But there's always another way because people are busy. So you can, any of these things we talked about, you can certainly figure out on your own. But if, like a lot of our clients, you're busy, and you don't necessarily have the interest or the time to do these things, delegate that to us. Julie's team does tons of this work. I don't even know how many emails, promotional emails we build every month, how many of these automated emails we're putting together. We've got an amazing Google Ads team that can help with that inventory setup and the paid ads. We've got a maintenance and marketing program so somebody can take care of your website. Please let us help. We're pretty good at it, and we're fun to work with. I mean, Julie's very fun to work with, and she'll come up with unique things for you. You even do something else we didn't talk about at all, but you even manage the social media program with us. So some of the stores that we work with want to be more active and have that unified feeling between their socials and their website and their other marketing. You help with that too, right? It wasn't part of the plan, but give us a quick overview of how that program works.
Yeah, so social media management is 12 posts per month, and what I do is work with the shop owner or whoever the point of contact is and get them to be consistent posting on social. So I create the graphics and write all the copy and work with shops to make sure that their site and their socials are aligned, and that's yet another very important part of the brand experience. I think the consistency is hard, especially this time of year, because holiday is demanding, and we love that. My favorite thing is when somebody misses a call with me because they were busy in the shop.
Yeah,
That's
same.
okay. Honestly, it brings a smile to my face. That being said, these things are so important. We can do them for you. Social, managing your website, sending out emails on your behalf, even designing custom mailers or doing a custom website. All of that I think a lot of people have thought about doing on their own that just feel daunting, or there's just not enough time, or someone in the shop, has to focus on something else. We can do all of that. And
Yeah.
I think that's the huge perk of us. And we only work with bike shops, as we all know. So we're really dialed into what the best practices for that is. And I love doing it. I think my favorite thing is to watch a website transform from, you know, the person who used to run it left the shop and now we don't know what to do. Taking that, working with whoever's in the shop to get their site where they want it to be and growing their marketing, growing that relationship so that they're performing well online. Their site looks like they want it to. It matches the in-store brand experience and they're selling more stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. We get to hang out in a bike shop without lots of bike shops across North America. So it is fun for us too. And yeah, it's funny. People apologize when they miss meetings because they got busy. It's like, please don't apologize. That's the whole reason we're here, is to help you sell more. And if that's happening, it's okay if you missed a call with us. We can talk another time.
Yeah, I'll follow up. Don't worry. But keep selling bikes and let us help
Absolutely.
you do it.
Right on. All right, what did we miss, Julie? Anything else? We're going to put the link to the blog in the notes. They can reach out to us at podcast@workstand.com if they want more information. Julie, you're available if folks want to talk to you about these services. What else should we have talked about before we get ready to launch into the holiday season? Or did we cover it all?
I think the one thing I really wanted to talk about is that we have this great holiday homepage takeover, and you can run it through, all of the end of the year and even into January if you do a little New Year something. You can keep it on your website, reformat to have it just be what your homepage layout is, or you can do a premium theme. And the reason I mentioned that is we're doing a spiff. If you opt for the homepage takeover, which is $500, we will credit that towards a premium website
Oh,
theme.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, it's all in this marketing landing page that we have about our holiday packages, which is also worth checking out. It's definitely linked there, but I think we can put it in the YouTube as well. And what a premium theme is, or do you want to talk about premium themes?
Yeah, so premium things actually came out of a lot of the work you do, where we have every month or every quarter, I guess, we're building 2 or 3 or 4 premium content packages. So again, that idea of if you care about something, there should be good landing page content. So we build those, and over time, we would look at those and think, gosh, that's a really nice design. It would make a great homepage design in general. And so that's what premium themes became. We take that work we do to design those landing pages, those premium content packages. And it's every bit the professional level, thoughtful design that we would add to our full custom design websites. But because we're pre-designing them, they're kind of semi-custom. And we simply apply that as a website theme. So instead of being very specific to a topic, it becomes more general, but the design stays there. Where a full custom website might be, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 for that project, the premium themes are $975. And so they're not 100% unique like a custom website would be, but we've got a bunch of them and we might sell, 4 or 5 of each. So they're relatively unique across the Workstand platform. And you could take something just like this homepage takeover. If you think, gosh, that's really nice. I don't want to go back to what it was before from a design standpoint. Great. $975. We'll turn that into a premium theme that stays on your website. But what you're saying now is that $500 you spent is a credit. And so now it costs $475. Not nothing, but way less. That's a tenth of what we would spend on a custom design, but you get that same level of attention. So I think that's outstanding. I did not know we were doing that promo. I love promos, as you know. So I think that's great. We'll put the link to the blog in, and even some examples of the homepage takeovers. I'll put them directly in the show notes, but you can find them in the blog post as well. I do encourage everybody to read that blog post and all the blog posts. We're constantly putting information out that we hope helps you better market your business and grow your sales. And that's awesome. And Julie, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's do this again soon and talk about more marketing tips. But until then, I'll see you around the workstand.
Well, thanks, Mark.